Now that you're in position, Miss March, let's get this lesson started.
I'm not good at acting all master-like. Since Grandpa asked me to teach you swordplay, I won't hold back any secrets.
Oh, thank you so much, Masters. Oh, wait. Does this mean our training is only officially starting right now?
After all, we need to watch you practice for a few days before we can figure out how talented you are, right?
So, how'd I do, Master?
You're definitely talented, Miss March.
Hey, here you are. Did you hear that? These two masters just called me a swordplay genius.
After all, we need to watch you practice for a few days before we can figure out how talented you are.
You're definitely talented, Miss March.
Oh, you're right. I almost got all excited for nothing.
I'm just speaking my mind. Trust me, you're really talented.
Did you hear that? I'm truly a genius.
Swordplay requires rigorous training. Before we start, Miss March, you need to find...
Did you hear that? I'm truly a genius. Hey, here you are. Did you hear that? These two masters just called me a swordplay genius. Did you hear that? I'm truly a genius.
Find a clear reason to keep you motivated while you train. It doesn't have to be something huge, but it needs to be clear.
In other words, even though you didn't exactly choose to be our apprentice, you still need to take the initiative during this learning process.
I once had the honor of learning swordplay from a master. She asked me why I started training at such a young age, why I wielded a sword. So, for our first lesson, I'd like to ask you the same question. Miss March, why do you wield your sword?
Why do I wield my sword? I wield my sword to take down my enemies. I mean, what other reason is there?
I also questioned that sword master about why she uses her sword, and she said, to vanquish my enemies, nothing more. Miss March, you gave a similar response, which shows you've got potential.
The best way to take down your enemy is with a blaster gun. I heard a hero say something like that in an immersia. He also mentioned that sword training can push a person's physical abilities to their ultimate limit.
Seems like you've seen your fair share of immersion, Miss March. But if you want my opinion, if your goal is self-improvement, you'll feel just as accomplished even if you put down the sword and go back to your bow.
Oh, come on. Don't listen to his empty talk.
Oh, now I'm curious to hear what Master Yun Li has to say.
Let me ask you something, March. Do you have any specific goals for learning swordplay? Like achieving a certain ranking in the war dance, or maybe you want to defeat someone, like Yan Qing, or me?
Who do I want to defeat? Her? Dan Heng? Himeko? Or Mr. Yang?
If you can't think of anyone specific, why not set a simpler goal? Like, how many opponents do you want to defeat at once with a sword?
I'll fight 10.
10?
Oops, that just slipped out. It's actually another line from an immersia. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I think I figured out what's motivated March to learn swordplay.
Could it possibly be immersia about sword masters?
Hey, now that you mention it, that actually makes sense. I'm super interested in Xianzhou immersia and novels. Even though I use a bow, almost all the great heroes in those immersia use swords. So I want to be a sword master too.
See?
You agree, right? I mean, Who wouldn't want to be a sword master?
Becoming a sword master who fights for justice and battles evil? Well, that's definitely a good reason to keep you motivated in swordplay training.
Now that you've both given your approval, I have another small request. I want to perform a tea ceremony to honor you as my masters. Remember, you'll need to tap the table a few times with your fingers.
Tea ceremony? Tap the table? Do we have to be so serious about accepting an apprentice for the first time?
Please? That's how those heroes in the Immersia show their...
Play along?
Let's just stop wasting time. Just treat us to some milk tea. And then we can start our real swordplay training.
Yeah! All right, let's go. To the Sleepless Earl.
I'm planning on quitting my job at this.
Come on in. Hey, this is not how it's supposed to be, right? The Cienjo is known for its tea culture and hospitality, but you're not treating me like a guest at all. Seriously, am I not a guest?
Dear guest.
Stop! Don't call me a guest. You're not even treating me as one. I want my tea just right. Not too hot, not too cold, but the tea you served was either freezing or scalding. Is this how you treat your guest on the Cienjo? How fantastic! Your tea tastes like slop, and you even have the nerve to charge me for it. Are you trying to scam honest folks? And that name, the Sleepless Earl, it's so hard to remember. How about we give you a new plaque that says Cienjo Slop? It suits this place better, don't you think?
Stop! You've gone too far.
Oh, who's that trying to be a hero?
It's me, March 7th. Cause more trouble and I'll show you who your mommy is. Wait, that sounded lame. Hey, say something for me. That's right! I'm the Sword Champion!
Never heard of you. Now scurry back to wherever you crawled out from.
Mr. Skott, I'm Yenching, a Cloud Knight Lieutenant. We've met before, and I suggest you stop causing trouble.
Trouble? Ha! I'm just giving some feedback as a regular customer. The tea here is terrible, and now the Cloud Knights want to stop me from complaining about it? At this rate, who would want to ever come here for tea in the future?
A regular customer? You?
Yeah, what else would I be? The Cienjo's prisoner?
Anyway, if you're trying to bully this young lady, you'd better watch out for the weapon in my hand.
Huh? Oh, that really scares me. Come on, you're not seriously trying to take my life with that piece of scrap metal, are you?
Scrap metal? This is my sword! I'm here to learn Cienjo swordplay.
Swordplay? Oh, I get it now. It's just another kind of play, right? That explains why you're dressed like you're in a show. You're not even from the Xianzhou, so why bother learning their swordplay? If you're feeling unsafe, I can sell you an IPC mech.
As if anyone wants your junkyard scrap mechs!
Looks like you guys are totally clueless. Well, guess it's time to show these bumpkins something serious.
Just a reminder, IPC members, street fighting on the Xianzhou Lafu is prohibited.
Make any funny moves, and I'll smash that scrap metal.
Hey, relax. I know the rules. These are my subordinates. They got stuck here because of the transport ship incident, and they need to vent their frustration. In the end, it's all the Xianzhou's fault. Well, I could overlook the terrible tea, but now that you're questioning my security, I can't let it slide. After all, I have a courier business to run. With so many clients watching, that just wouldn't look too good now, would it? Instead of wasting your life learning useless swordplay, why not invest in our civilian mechs? You'll have your master kneeling and begging for mercy in no time.
Stop! Don't you dare insult Xianzhou swordplay like that! If you have the guts, I'll show your mechs what I can do!
Huh? A fight, you say? Now that you've thrown down the gauntlet, March 7th, I feel I'm obliged to accept your challenge. Say whatever you want, but once you've seen what our mechs can do, you'll be practically begging us for them. Oh, come on! How could I say no to a bet? So, I can see you're no master yet, March, but I'll play fair. You go back and learn swordplay from your teachers here, and in 15 days, I'll come find you and challenge you with my mechs.
Only 15 days? All right. Fine.
And if you lose, you'll have to bark like a dog in public and shout, "Xianzhou swordplay is a total joke!" You'll stand at the entrance of our room alley and say it to everyone passing by. Oh, and if that's the case, just forget about your master and become my apprentice instead. I'll teach you how to pilot a mech.
And if I win?
I'll become your apprentice?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't like you. So, I don't like you.
Okay, how about this? If I lose, I'll squeal like a pig in public and say, IPC mechs are a total joke! And I'll even print that on every mech on the transport ship. Deal?
Squealing isn't enough. You also need to apologize to the owner of the Sleepless Earl and take back what you said about Xianzhou swordplay.
Fine, I get it. But you've got to actually beat me with that little scrap of metal first. You all heard it, right? We'll meet again in 15 days. Let's go.
I'm still worried about the owner. Let's go check on her. I'm still worried about the owner. Let's go check on her.
Ugh. Those IPC guys just want to pick on an easy target so they can promote their scrap metal. So typical.
The Xianzhou and IPC signed a trade agreement, so those IPC people won't dare to cause any trouble. But, I mean, a bet like this is quite unexpected.